I knew some things about myself that I was like, yeah, I can definitely, if I'm matched up against a guard, I can lock her up. But actually going out there and doing it and get reps at it really helped.
Aaliyah Edwards with us again here at Mystics Media Day, and I was actually looking back this morning at last year. We had talked like twice in a week last year because you got drafted, we did this. And actually, I had a plan, Aaliyah, because we talked right before you went to Unrivaled.
Yeah.
And you were like, are you going to root for me? And I was like, if you're asking personally, of course I will. And then the Unrivaled Authentic jerseys went on sale.
Okay.
And I grabbed your jersey.
Period.
And I was going to do the most unprofessional media thing ever and bring it for you to sign.
What?
And then I realized that I ordered like 2 sizes too small, so I had to return it. So we're going to have to get together and have you sign it. Yeah. And then my goal is like in our studio to have an Aaliyah Edwards Miss jersey behind.
No way.
What do you mean no way?
I would love that. I definitely need to sign it for you though.
Okay, we'll do that. Which is typically, again, young media folks out there, don't do that. Don't do that. But for her, we're gonna make an exception. Yeah, we're gonna make an Aaliyah Edwards.
He definitely followed through, and I did feel all the love all the way down in Miami from you. So I appreciate it.
And look what that love did for you, all the way through that one-on-one tournament. Let's start there because the people definitely want to know. Like, you're a confident player. You're a confident person. At least that is how you portray.
Yeah.
So to ask you, like, what kind of confidence does that give you? You don't get as far as you did if you don't already have the confidence.
Absolutely.
So what did that do for you, though, that experience? Like at the end, with some time to reflect and look back, the Unrivaled experience, and especially how well you did in that one-on-one tournament, what did that do for you?
I think the whole experience really shifted my mentality of, I'm in this league for a reason, and I gained so much respect in Unrivaled alone, but especially in the one-on-one. I think a lot of the vets are kind of like, wow, I didn't know that you had that in your game, and I think any opportunity as athletes we get to do those different situations, like that's my first time playing 3-on-3, you get to see a lot and know a lot more about yourself. So going into the season, I feel like I have the utmost confidence of just, I know how much work I put into my game, and you just got to really go out there and do it. And I think the one-on-one, man, at first Stewie, then you have another bucket, then it was another bucket, and another bucket. So I really had to attack first. That was kind of my mindset going into it, but super grateful because when am I ever going to play one-on-one against Enrique, Yeah. So it was a great experience.
Yeah, especially when you win. It makes it nice.
Sure.
So when you take that 3-on-3 and the one-on-one, but you mentioned the 3-on-3, which I'm glad you brought up too, because it's such a different game and it allows you to do different things. So what did you learn about your game? Like, oh, I can do that, or like, oh, I never tried that before. Like, what are the basketball things that you took out of that you're ready to then put into the 5-on-5?
Definitely the 3. I know all y'all saw that, so don't sleep on me. Respect my shot. Definitely my 3-point game. I feel like I grew in that aspect, as well as just my versatility on the ball defense, off the ball defense, and breaking down a guard in this league, in the W, we're usually playing against your position, but with 3-on-3, everyone's interchangeable, and you got to do your work on both ends of the ball. So I felt like I knew some things about myself that I was like, yeah, I can definitely, if I'm matched up against a guard, I can lock her up. But actually going out there and doing and get reps at it really helped.
So the other thing too is just the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Like in a 5-on-5 situation, you do certain stuff, and your coach can be like, "Oh yeah, let's maybe not." In 3-on-3, like I'm guessing you got to experiment a lot more as well.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of iso ball, a lot of opportunities where it's like just you and the defender in the rim. So capitalize off of that, and again, it felt more like runs than anything. So I loved it.
What's something, going back even further to the W, this is always like my favorite question to ask any year 2 player in any sport, because you don't know what you don't know going into your rookie year.
True.
Then you play and you're like, oh, I can't wait to get to the off season and work on that.
Yep.
So what was that thing for you?
I think, to be honest, it's just like my finishing. I know I had a decent percentage last season, but I think just my finishing and decision making. I really honed in on my footwork around the rim, and I think that those easy buckets, I know it's not a 3, as exciting as a 3, but those easy buckets play a big part in the success long term. So I think that was the biggest thing.
Aaliyah Edwards with us here on the Hoffman Show on the Team 980. Obviously, it was an exciting summer for a million reasons for you, exciting offseason into the spring, but getting to see your Huskies win.
Oh
I know.
my gosh.
I'm sure there was like a little bittersweetness because that's so many of your friends, but also I don't know if there's really any of that bitters because you were up there on the podium anyway.
No, I definitely was. I made my way down.
Did you just feel like, no, this is I get a ring too?
Absolutely. I feel like that's my championship, as much as the 12 or 13 of them that actually won it. But it was so great just being in that environment, being in Tampa with them. I felt like I was with them every step along the way. Obviously, I don't get a ring or I don't get a net, but just celebrating with my sisters.
Gino,
Yeah, I'm talking to Paige a little bit. She can cut off just a tiny bit of the net necklace and give it to me. But no, I think, just being there celebrating with my sisters was more than I even needed.
It's also your first time to go to that weekend as
Yes.
a non-college player. And
Wow,
I know,
let me tell you, it was so different.
Yes.
The pressure, there was none.
Yeah.
There was none. And just to be a spectator and just, kiki kaka and the whole weekend. Meanwhile, I was there a year ago, like almost peeing my pants, trying to not lose a game. So, yeah, it was definitely a weird experience to be in, but it was cool.
Well, I know specifically because you know who one of my friends is. You had your Three Stripes crew.
Yes.
What was it like? For those that don't know, didn't follow Aaliyah on Instagram. She's there with Adidas, and it's Aaliyah Boston. It's my girl Alicia Clark.
Yeah.
It's that whole crew. But being around those vets, like what did you take out of that weekend of getting to be there with players who have been in the league for, obviously Aaliyah's been in the league just a couple years longer than you, but like someone like AC who'd been in the league as long as anybody.
Yeah.
What was it like to have those conversations and get to make those connections?
It was super cool to have those conversations, make those connections, because during the season we just don't get that time. And especially that weekend, I was obviously there celebrating with my Adidas family, with AC and Aaliyah. We actually went out to dinner too, so it was just a cool moment to just kind of be like, oh, okay, let me tell me about yourself. Let me tell you about myself, and just trying to connect on a personal level, basketball aside. So I think it was a great weekend just to kind of connect with that sisterhood as well. And, I feel like everyone's my sister, big sister, and I have a lot of great mentors in this league, and it's, bigger than basketball. So I think it was just another reminder of like, we're human at the end of the day, and we can relate other things than basketball.
Don't think that AC is going to be nice to you though when you get out there.
No, she's been very nice to me.
No. The second she
right.
maniac.
As soon as I whistle
but you're
blows,
the same way.
Yeah, a
little bit. Nice, sweet until we cross the lines, and then.
You're right. I'm competitive. You saw in the one-on-ones.
Yeah, you and Stewie go way back, like you and Fee, like
For
the
sure.
UConn sisterhood, until it's time to go, and then it's war.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose to your sister. That's just facts. In the spirit of meeting new people, what's been your early impressions of your new coach?
I think that he's great so far. Definitely dad-like. I can see different characteristics that show himself. I think that he's very thoughtful and intentional with his plan for this team this season. So I'm excited. I'm excited for what's in store. The first day of training camp was yesterday. I think that we're laying the foundation and creating good habits from an early start. So excited for what's to come.
I think a lot of fans want to know how you, Kiki, Steph, and Kira are all going to play together. So I'll ask you, what's your answer to that question?
Just expect a lot of eager, hungry, and competitiveness from all of us. Obviously more, I feel like, from the three of us than Steph, because she's been in this league for a bit longer, so she's going to be more the mother of the group. But I think, just adding to the bag, adding to our roster with Kiki, an elite competitive force.
All right, I'm going to do 2 fun questions on the way out. My 2 fun questions this year. Your jersey number. What's the story behind your jersey number?
Kobe. Not much to say there. Kobe. Love Kobe growing up. He was my role model, my inspiration. So, I've worn lots of different numbers, but 24 is always my favorite one.
I almost asked you, like, why 24 versus 8? Then I remember that I'm a lot older than you, and that you probably never even saw 8.
No,
and I'm just going to sit over here and cry.
No disrespect. I saw 8, but I do like 24.
YouTube highlights.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just going to sit over here and cry. All right. Last question. Anybody that does not currently sponsor you, that you could have sponsor you? Who would that
Who
be?
would I want?
Yeah, I'm just giving you like the floor to pitch right now.
Wow, this is a lot. How much time do we got? Because I have a whole list.
I'm sure you do.
One person.
One person, one brand, one.
I don't know.
This is how I know I got a good one, Ant.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Anthony's over there off screen.
I would probably do
just
like
watching.
a DoorDash or Uber Eats. I feel like that's very.
Didn't Paige just do something with them?
Yeah, she did. She did.
Get
She
your girl
did.
to hook you up.
So yeah, I would probably say
Backers,
one
we
of
need
those
another
two.
assist to Edwards.
Yeah,
that's what we need.
Please.
Aaliyah Edwards, everybody, great to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having
when
me
the New
again.
Jersey comes in, we'll get
got you.
yeah, we'll
Hook
get
you
in
up.
touch, and then people will see it behind us. Aaliyah Edwards, everybody, with us here on the Hoffman Show.